Daan paglalaan at ang landas na ibigay at lapitan naman biglang
This resonates with the vision and values that underpin this integration strategy belonging to Limerick. President Michael D. Higgins has a lifelong commitment and personal track record in supporting inclusion and integration, as evidenced by his patronage of Doris Limney, one of the integration working group members. Thus, we are honoured and privileged that he has taken time from his busy schedule and accepted our invitation to deliver the keynote address on this occasion of the launch of Belonging to Limerick, Limerick City and County Integration Plan 2018-22. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Ireland will now address you.
Inspired title, containing as it does the word belong, which I think conjures up an image of being attached, of being connected, and being part of something. And I think it's a great choice, Mr. Mayor. All the members of the working group and all the different participating organisations. But what is it we have in common, all of us? I mention all of this because I do think very often, as well as I read a precedent of Ireland, conditions of those who oppose the condition of Ireland, it was very much those in the United States and others that took an interest in the Irish language, they took an interest in independence, and then in many cases, I actually really feel one should be entirely open about through the various answers and issues that are thrown up for us. I think we've been keeping counter in this movement. We have so many tales of the United States. They were mostly tradespeople. They were very well off by the types, forms of migration that have been part of the Irish story. Dramatic points of Irish identity, of Irish immigration. The wild gander or the wild geese. But I like to think Sarsfield Bridge as well, because I remember often walking over it. And therefore, the treaty he made when people were deported from Ireland to Tasmania and elsewhere. Over 10,000 of Sarsfield soldiers, was hard to think of it, and their wives and children all gathered together, and they left Ireland upon the signing charge. Approximately at the moment, on our fragile planet, about 64 million people. The service of the European monarch is. I think, as well, an eccentric connection with his familial roots. And my hope is that those immigrants who have come to join us in Ireland and their children in generations to come can, in a similar fashion, achieve their ambitions with our help. We are talking about making a new space into which this complex can come to represent something new.
President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins. As an amateur historian of Limerick history, I was fascinated to hear your stories of Limerick in the 1920s and of Little Catherine Street. And as the owner of a bar in Limerick, I can tell you that the licence trade isn't any more profitable now than it was then. Thanks for the tip not to diversify into a sweet shop. Thank you to David and the Limerick Gospel Choir. I think if I got an entrance like that into every meeting that I came in, it would make my job a whole lot easier. I met David on Friday night at Culture Night. We got some great photographs with some drums, and I think he was being very nice to me. Like every good Irishman, I have no sense of rhythm whatsoever, so he made a good photograph with not great music. I think it reflects back onto the President's words. It's the cultural and social development and the sense of community in Limerick, so that's something that I'm trying to be promoting and re-emphasise. So I think when we were coming through tough times, maybe we just lost sight of it a little bit, and now I'm delighted to be here today and that we can refocus on what we are, because we are Limerick. Limerick isn't about a place, it's not about buildings, it's about the people, and we are all interested in that. Delivery of services, it's the implementation of activities that promote the integration of migrants in Limerick City and County. And I'm delighted that the President is here. We know how busy you are, how busy your schedule is, and it's about to get even busier, I would imagine, and we wish you all the best in the forthcoming election.
Chief Executive of the Council, for his leadership and his ongoing support for the work of the Integration Working Group. Today, it's worth reflecting on where we want to get to and look at some of those practices from other European countries. And some of my colleagues in the Jesuit Refugee Service in Europe ran a project called I Get You, which looked at those experiences in 9 countries. And one of the outputs of that was a number of videos that shows that best practice in terms of community. The OECD study highlights the economic benefits of migration, the benefits in terms of labour force flexibility and capacity, the positive impact on ageing societies, the fact that migrants pay more in taxes than they draw down in supports. Irrespective of colour, creed or culture, we share more in common than that which divides us. Diversity is good. It enriches us, challenges us, and teaches us new ways of being and doing. This is why migrant integration strategies, like belonging to Limerick, are important. Especially would like to acknowledge the generosity and work of the University of Limerick research team, Dr. James Carr, Dr. Elaine Vaughan and Dr. Anne Marcus Quinn. In particular, I would like to recognise the immense contribution of Leonie Kearns, CEO of Durrus Limerick, who will depart shortly to pastures new after more than 10 years of unstinting work and commitment to welcoming and supporting asylum seekers, migrants and refugees in Limerick. I will just finish with a reminder of the words of that Belgian lady. We cannot stop a war, or we can't always prevent injustice or discrimination, but we can change the life of one person. This is how integration happens in reality. This is how people are made to feel belong. They belong. It is by individual people reaching out to somebody they do not know. It is through direct encounter. We break down fears and prejudice. Integration is the responsibility of us all. Thank you all for attending today.
Belonging is not only about engaging, it is also about learning. Lifelong learning and access to education is another strategic goal in the integration plan. Like community engagement, education has been an essential part of my sense of belonging here in Limerick. In the past 4 years that I've been here, I've participated in a range of courses and training programs to advance my education, through which I've made so many connections and so many friendships. And it's so evident just looking around the room today, because I can literally go around and say hi to all of you by name.